somewhere far away. I want you back. I want you back. Talking to the moon and hiding through the window in my room. There's not much I love to say, and I don't have the strength to fight. I feel that inside like I've been buried in the grave, and you stepped in my soul and you stepped away. Oh, here's to you, I down a couple more to drown the pain. No, I'm not alright, I'm not gonna lie. I give up my life to have you in my life. Maybe in another life, it'd be just you and I never stopped loving you. I want you back. You back. I want you back. I want
All right, welcome to another edition of NFT Live. We're bringing you the latest NFT news from around the metaverse, around the industry, packing it into one episode. We're also throwing some nice tunes at you to start these, man. Buff is behind the scenes making it happen. I've got Ronan the Collector sitting right here with me. We're about to have a fire episode. Thank you guys for joining on today's Tuesday edition of NFT Live. My man Ronan, what's going on?
Always a fire episode, man. I'm looking forward to it. We got Ben Morrow here. Part 2. We've had Ben before, so he's returning to talk about his Huxley Saga NFT project that's going down. This is a project that's actually been in the works for quite a while now, so I'm really looking forward to hearing a little bit about its origin story, where it came about, and the kind of like the road it took to get to where it's at today. So really looking forward to that. We've got some excellent stories coming up, man. A lot has happened. The toads have been popping off, right? Like the toads.
If you thought you were going to get out of this episode without hearing Cryptoadz, I don't know what world you were on, because we're talking Cryptoadz, absolute bonkers, man. Dude, when was the last time we had Ben Moore on? Like, can you even conceptualize like how long?
12 years ago or something like that.
Man.
I've got a lot more gray hairs in my beard since then.
Absolutely, man. So we do have Ben Morrow coming on. He's got a Huxley drop. Nobody tells a better story, man. I really liked what he was doing with the evolution drop there on Flow. We're going to talk Flow. I will get to the rundown here in a second. I want to give a shout out to Illuvium. They are a sponsor for this month on the LADZ network, where we have NFT media content all day, every day, maybe not all day, but every day, 7 days a week, we're bringing you NFT content, and Illuvium is our sponsor for this week. If you don't know what Illuvium is, it is an open world RPG adventure game built on the Ethereum blockchain. TFT, Pokemon put together. You guys really have to check this out. I'm going to drop them in chat. If you don't know what Illuvium is, check it out, man. I really, really love this project and what Kieran Warwick and the team are building. So, really cool updates they had that we'll get to later in the episode. But rundown for today, as Ronan was talking about, we do have Ben Morrow, we have Huxley, we are going to talk Cryptoadz, we're going to let Buffalo take over NFT Live here. We've got a MekaVerse Raffle tomorrow. Everyone settle down. Dapper Labs, YGG and Star Atlas, Personal Corner, Solana, Twitter, Nansen and Kountdown analytics tools, and then a cool project that just dropped about a week ago called Northern Guilds that we'll touch on. So that's a packed episode, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we do.
We're going to do our best to get there. But in the meantime, thank you to everybody who's here hanging out with us in chat. I see you guys, OVOT. It's been an excellent week. Hope you guys are doing great. Crypto Stamina, how you doing? Choina, nice to see you. Hash Rhymes, thank you so much for taking care of the tweets for us. We appreciate it. DA Sales, I see you, brother. It's such a great week, man. We're really looking forward to having our guest on and getting into this news for you guys. And I think that I'm ready for it. But I think we got Buff back in the background, don't we?
Yo. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm the director here at NFT Live, and we got ourselves a packed show, so I'm going to make it real quick while the boys get going and take this off. After the show, we're going to head back into LADZ City, and we got LADZ City Radio later tonight with myself and an amazing guest who is going to be talking about online radio stations, which LADZ City Radio is trying to be a 24-hour LADZ City radio station. More on that later on today, so tune in for that interview. It should be great. And of course, later on, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on Cryptoadz. That's right. Okay, enough of me. Back to you guys.
Awesome update there, Buff. LADZ City Radio is going to be absolutely lit, and we are ready for today's episode, man. Big week in NFTs, a lot of stories that we have to get to, and most importantly, we have this interview with Ben Morrow, who's just an awesome ambassador for the space, man. We're going to talk a little Halo Infinite, so if you're a Halo fan, get ready for it. But Ronan, hit him with the CTA, and we'll roll, man. I'm ready.
Absolutely. So again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you wouldn't mind taking a couple seconds and hitting the like button if you're enjoying the content, we really appreciate it. It helps us a lot when it comes to that algorithm and making sure that people see our content, when they search for NFT Live. So that's super important. If you're really enjoying it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button is super important as well because, of course, the subs is what everybody looks at. So, and the metrics have been excellent. You guys have been doing an excellent job. We appreciate it. Lastly, we just want to ask that if you like the content and you think that what's coming up next is going to fit your specific group, your people, your tribe, go ahead and take the link and share that with them on Discord, WhatsApp, Facebook, wherever you're sharing those links. Share the link, get people in here. We've got an excellent guest coming up for you guys next, talking about Huxley Saga.
Let's roll it.
War, plague, famine, greed. The world went mad and tore itself apart. The machines brought order out of the chaos we created. Humanity survived. Barely. In this ruined world, on the brink of extinction, one thing refused to die. Hope.
All right, that was a absolutely fantastic little teaser there. We have Ben Morrow from Huxley. This is the second time we've had Ben on. He dropped his Evolution drop here on NFT Live as well. Ben, super happy to have you, man. You're an OG in the space at this point, and it's good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get right into Huxley. Let's talk about what you're actually building here. We'll touch on some of your other projects that you're actually launching, but what is Huxley? What is that teaser that we just saw there that you've got coming out soon?
So basically, I've been building this giant, post-apocalyptic science fiction galaxy, if you will. It's basically taking all my years of experience working on big franchises and AAA projects, and I've been slowly picking away and building my own. And so it will initially launch as 6 issues of a digital NFT comic at 0.1 ETH. And we'll have a lot more information coming up on the October 11th. And it's going to start with comics, but there's a whole lot of other stuff. I've been working on this for a lot of years, and there's just a mountain of work that we're chopping up and figuring out the best release strategy to get it out the door. And I'm excited for everyone to dive in and enjoy this. And the cool thing about it is I spent all the years making this, so all the issues are done. So there's no need to wait 6 to 12 months if you want to figure out what happens next in the story, because I did it already. So I'm excited for people just to be able to Netflix binge read it, if you will. So it's going to be really cool.
Definitely looking forward to that one. So as Q mentioned a little bit earlier, you've been kind of on the show before. Last time was to talk a little bit about a project Evolve that launched on Flow Network. And you've kind of done a couple of things. And I'm just kind of curious, how has your NFT experience been so far? Why do you, and I guess it's kind of a 2-part question. And the second part of that would be how kind of that plays into what you're doing with Huxley. What kind of spoke to this project and kind of was that aha moment of this fits what I'm trying to do with that?
Yeah, so the NFT stuff has been incredible. I mean, I think we talked about this last time I was on. Once I understood what NFTs were late last year, to me, it just solved every problem I've had as an artist working in the entertainment industry. And it's just the most revolutionary moment, to me at least, and solved all the problems I had, allowing us to monetize our digital creations. And so since I was working on Huxley for so long, originally, I was just planning to go find a publisher and get it published out the traditional way, and then, build up a following and try to turn it into a TV show and games and all this stuff. But with NFTs, I can just do that directly and sell it directly to my audience, and can kind of do all that myself, which is, to me, just incredible and what I was hoping for. But we were talking a bit before the show started, like I was maybe like halfway through the comic, like maybe 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, this is taking too long. Maybe I should just release half the book and find a publisher. And all my graphic novel friends were like, no, just finish the book. Just you kind of have to like swallow your impatience or your pride a bit and just be like, okay, it's going to take, like 2 or 3 more years. So just got to keep my mouth shut and get back to work. And because I waited and didn't rush out the door, it lined up perfectly with this NFT moment. And it was just kind of like, I have to do it this way. Like, this is the way I want to launch this. This is the coolest, most interesting way to launch a product in 2021. And so it took a lot longer than I hoped, but there's a lot of these fortuitous things that line up. World events, technology, revolutions, all lining up for the perfect mix. Yeah.
We were just talking about before the episode how there are a lot of stories in the space of people just, coming through their own way to NFTs, and how that's been super beneficial for all of us. So there was a couple images that we had roll across the screen there of your evolution drop. We also have, I believe, some assets from the Future Warfare that you have dropped as well. Just take us through kind of this experience that you've had since being on NFT Live and having Evolution, having Future Warfare. It's been about a year. So how has that experience been, and what is the update with those drops? And then we'll kind of get into Huxley.
Sure. It's been great. It's been really cool just to connect with and meet a lot of people who are now, I would say, friends, like collecting my work. And just, we, as artists, we work so much like on our own, locked in a room or whatever, and it's awesome to have people that love your work, want to own your work, and you can kind of build relationships with a bigger audience of people who really do truly like your work and want to support you. And so yeah, each time I do something, I always try to, I think of it like flavors in a restaurant or something. Like, I want each platform to have a totally different experience. So like Evolution was on Vive and Flow. The Future Warfare was on the Versus auction website, which is just trying to get these totally different flavors. And then Huxley, obviously being a totally new project, and this one will be launching on Ethereum instead of Flow. And it just felt like I tried to pick the right project and the right chain for each thing, and try to be conscious of making sure everyone can get a different experience, but also doing it in such a way that, when Huxley comes out, I want to reward all my collectors of all my other stuff, regardless of the chain. So I'm excited to have this cross-chain rewards as I release things on different projects. And it's gonna be exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that, like, for me, when we had you on before, we kind of touched Huxley, like, very, like, just like breezed over it. And I've said that, the art is just something that I really love. I'm really interested in kind of like where that inspiration to like build this post-apocalyptic world came from. Did you just kind of like, as somebody who likes to kind of like write myself, I feel like that the inspiration is always a fun story.
Sure. I mean, I guess I was drawing a lot of this stuff in college. Like, I've been saying I've been working this a long time, but a lot of the early seeds were as far back as like 2008, so like 13-ish years ago, of just like drawing this kind of style of things in a certain way. And it wasn't until later that I designed the Huxley character, and then it was like, I really want to do something with this, and that started me down a more serious path of building this out. But I think a lot of it is just like just early influences from like my Japanese and French manga and graphic novel heroes like Mobius and Otomo and Shiro and all these like legendary guys who just, that was like my bread and butter growing up. And so it's just like burned into my brain. And a lot of this was just a desire to, mainly after working in the film and game industry, like it's a really fun job, but it's always like someone else's thing. At the end of the day, it's always someone else's movie. They have the final call, the final choices. So the desire for me to finally do 100% of my own thing is just something I have to kind of, just something I need to get out of my system. It's just I need to tell my own stories. I need to build my own universes, and so yeah, it's been picking away at this for a lot of years, and I think it's finally in a place that it's ready to be shared and enjoyed and consumed with the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're really creating a personal studio of these different projects. Like, it's really cool to see. And there's a whole kind of, launch that's happened with the NFT space in itself since you've been on. And to see you with your professionalism, I mean, I waited like 4 or 5 questions to talk about Halo, which we will hear in a second. But to see the professionalism you have is just not what you see in a space that often has a lot of amateurs, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But you come with that professionalism of working with Halo, with Illuvium, with Hobbit, and I mean, it shows for sure.
Thanks. And that was another thing, like, because Huxley took so long to make, I didn't want to just like rush it out and throw it online. And like, and I talked to a lot of different partners to see like what might be a good fit, because I had a really strong idea of what I wanted to release and how I wanted to release it. And after talking with a lot of people, it was really hard to find people who wanted to dedicate the time and do it the right way. And I finally found those partners in one of my old friends, Steven Ulis, who has a new company that's getting off the ground called The Feature. And I partnered with them to really launch this the way I wanted to launch it and support the community and build a strong community. And just thinking about and supporting a big project for years instead of weeks. And so it was really important for me to, even though again I spent a lot of time on this, but I was willing to like take most of this year to find the right team, strategize, and make sure it comes out the right way instead of I don't have to get it out there right away. So like it was worth it to put in all that extra time. And I feel like we do have a really good strategy, and there's around 17-person team supporting Huxley. So like this is going to be a very well supported project.
Very cool. Very cool. So could you give us a little bit of details as far as like what to look forward to for the 11th? I know that you had mentioned that we saw a little bit of a trailer, and the 11th is kind of the date that you guys are touching on.
So the 11th will be showing everything fully involved in the drop. And I don't want to say too much, but I think we should be pretty close to getting things going after that. I don't want anyone to quote me yet. Yeah. But the 11th, after the 11th, we should be pretty close to when everything will be going live.
Is there any details on like the specific drop that you could have? Is there going to be a whitelist? I know you talked about it being on Ethereum, I believe. I heard you say there. Is there going to be a whitelist at all?
Yeah. Yes. And right now that is including my old collectors from Evolution, my Artifact Studio Space Strip collectors, my super rare collectors, and pretty much all my old collectors. There's quite a bit of crossover. So like a lot of it is like, a lot of the same few people have bought all these things. So, but I just want to make sure to reward everyone who's collected my stuff, regardless of chain. And also early Discord members, we are keeping an eye on all the early people coming into the Discord. So we're going to be taking care of a lot of people on this one.
It's always nice to know like that, the community is important to the project. So I like to hear that for sure. I think that, really the only other thing I'm kind of curious about is what does the Huxley verse have in store kind of for the future? I know like we've got this first drop coming up, and it's going to be, I guess you mentioned a little bit of
issue
access.
1,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so issue 1.
Issue 1 of the comic will be the first. It's limited edition, but I don't know if I can say the exact amount, but it is a limited edition that does come with a matching serial physical comic for everyone. And also we've got some cool plans for things you will get in the physical, so you don't want to miss out on getting your physical, is all I'll say for now.
I keep coming back to the experience that you have, because that's what I'm looking for, right? In new NFT projects and in NFT projects that have continuously gone on, like you see that the teams that are behind the projects are the reason that they're successful, and you are essentially leading this charge here. You have all this experience with Illuvium, with the Hobbit, with Halo, what was your recent experience here? Here's your Future Warfare drop as well. But what was your recent experience with Halo Infinite? We know it's coming out soon. We have some assets from some artwork there. As a Halo fan myself, I just need to know.
Yeah, I don't know how much I can say without getting in trouble, but I really enjoyed working on the project. It's probably one of my favorite experiences to date, and I think I did probably my best work and some of the work I'm most happy with in my entire career on the project. And for me, it was just one of the best experiences to date, and I'm excited for everyone to enjoy the project. It's coming out pretty soon, so I'm excited.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I think that Halo Infinite is
a lot of the. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, if you guys like back in high school, the original Halo was probably one of the starting points of why I wanted to be an artist in the first place, and kind of set me down on this path. And I kind of got sidetracked working in movies and all this other stuff for a lot of years. But it was cool to finally come back to the franchise that started me down this path as an artist. And specifically, I was obsessed with like the Forerunner architecture in Halo 1, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to like design levels and stuff. And I was kind of doing a lot of that on Infinite, was like responsible for a lot of the cool like Forerunner structures you see. And so for me, it was just like a double or triple life bucket list check off for this one. So it was pretty cool. My inner 17-year-old is like super happy.
You're having a good year, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, really we can kind of like wrap it up. If you've got anything else you'd like to share with us in regards to the project and Huxley, or the Huxley universe, or what the future may bring for that project, I'd love for you to go ahead and share that with us.
Sure. I think, I just want to say the comics are the starting point to a whole lot of other stuff we have built and planned already. And again, I've been working on this for so long, so there's just a lot of stuff that's done, and it's just planning the coolest way to get people in, and then rewarding and releasing all this stuff. And just super excited for everyone to get enjoying. And comics are the start. There's a whole lot of other stuff coming, and excited for everyone to enjoy it.
Awesome, man. Well, this was a great interview. Thanks again for coming on, Ben. We have to get you on for a third time. Of course, we need a trifecta. But we'll be looking forward to getting in on this Huxley drop as well. You've been doing such an amazing job telling the stories through NFTs, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you guys so much. And always love chatting with you guys and coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
I think we got to roll that trailer. Let's roll that trailer.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Woof.
Marketing is fire, man. Dude. Yeah. I mean, the artwork is really cool. Like the universe sounds really dope. I can't wait for like that first issue to drop and be able to jump in and get to reading, man, because that like post-apocalyptic, like his artwork and his NFTs, like I'm here for this one.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I got in on the Evolution drop. Definitely excited to get in on Huxley as well. We'll look forward to getting more details as it relates to the project and the drop and all that stuff. I know Ben had to play it super close lip there, so definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the remainder of the episode. What I need right now is a vibe check. So I know our vibe, our tribe is the saying of LADZ City, but we also have another NFT project in the space that loves a good vibe, and I believe it's !vibe. So we're going to throw that in the chat. I want to get the chat getting started and getting lit as we get to start the episode for the news portion, that is. And to start this, we have Cryptoadz. You see the little guy over here with the sig and the upward cap that looks like a white man can't jump cap there, and we got an awesome portion of this episode to start, which is Buffalo takeover of the episode, a little Cryptoadz takeover. Exactly. So you guys give me a vibe in the chat, and let's see if Buff can really get this started.
Oh, man. Okay, I got a segment here. Start the timer, Ronan and Q. You guys can go outside, walk the dog, drive to the store, go to the airport, fly to another state, and come on back because this segment is going to be a little long, but I'm going to talk really fast because there's a lot going on right now with Cryptoadz. Old Buffalo got very lucky a couple weeks back. I think it was around September, early September, where I came across Cryptoadz. And I was like, what is this? There's only 6,969 of them. What are they? Well, I was on OpenSea. They were trending, so I jumped in, and I'm going to do a little breakdown here to tell you guys what is going on with Cryptoadz. But the best way I can do that is to show you the unofficial theme song and music video that I created about Cryptoadz. Enjoy.
Cryptoadz are the best thing in the world. Fucking Cryptoadz. Cryptoadz. Cryptoadz are the greatest thing ever. Yeah, Cryptoadz. Cryptoadz. Never thought I'd sing this song about Cryptoadz. Cryptoadz. But then I bought myself a motherfucking Cryptoad. Cryptoadz, yeah.
Cryptoadz taken over by storm, and if you like that song, well, you can buy that song. That's right, you can buy that song from BetterUp, who was on LADZ Radio a couple weeks back, for 1 ETH. And I know some of you are like, that's madness. Well, I might buy that. I might buy that right now. I love that song, and I'll be playing it till the end of time. Mylene, who's in LADZ City, well, she's getting some PTSD from that song. It's triggering her, but you know what? I'm going to keep playing it. I love the song, and I love this whole project you guys. It's taken off. Cryptoadz is getting some notoriety, and by some big people. How about Snoop D-O-double-G, who just bought one yesterday for 140 ETH? That's right, the dog is liking the vibe of the Cryptoadz, and now he's cruising down the road in his 4 with some Cryptoadz. I'm loving it. Hope you guys are as well. And guess what? Even the creator, Gremplin, who created Cryptoadz, created a Snoop D-O-double-G Cryptoad yesterday. Welcome to the swamp, Snoop. I am a big fan of that. And of course, being a holder of Cryptoadz, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving what's happening here. And Cryptoadz is a public domain NFT, meaning you can copy it, you can create derivatives. One of one drops. It's madness, and it started last month, and it's going crazy. Right now, the floor, 13.5 ETH. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I don't know if this is real life. This is getting crazy.
Jeez.
I need to jump in and hang out with my toads here. Their actual official plot in CryptoVoxels. Look at all these toads right here. This is the swamp. These are some one-of-ones, you guys. If you got one of these one-of-ones for a couple of ETH when they first came out, well, these are life-changing one-of-ones. Old Buffalo, wish you got one of those. And look at all these toads, man. I don't know if my toad's here. Are you my toad? No, you're not my toad. Get out of here. All right, I love all these toads. This is in the CryptoVoxels plot. You can find it on their website. It is great, and I've been coming in there from time to time to hang out with my toads. Some of the derivatives that are popping off on here. This is sock DAO. You release this, you get a one-of-one. If you got a toad, you get a sock. You can actually claim this for socks. It's a whole DAO program. DAO derivatives, as you guys heard me running my mouth about last weekend and the week before, they're popping off in every project. Well, of course, Toad's got some DAO derivatives, and they also got some fun in real life derivatives. Good old Copper Kitty, she is doing some in real life Toads, and tomorrow's the last day, so if you have a Toad, claim that form. It's 0.05 ETH or 4 ETH. To get one of those, I will be ordering up a couple of my favorites to show you guys next week on NFT Live if I get them that soon. But yeah, that's pretty cool there. And there's actually a game coming out. Arcade NFT decided to team up with Super Gremlin, and they are going to release 4,269 of these NFT arcade style games. There's 4 different games about Cryptoadz, and here's a little trailer.
What?
You might as well start calling this Octodzer. I know that was cheesy, but it's happening right now. October is going to be huge for the toads, and that right there is the NFT arcade NFTs that are coming out. There's going to be, let's see how many of these. There's going to be 4,200, I believe. And if you do not have a toad, don't worry, you can still get some. What they're going to do first is the mint is on Thursday, October 14th. If you have a toad or you have one of the arcade NFTs, you will be the first in line for that first hour. After that, everyone else will have a chance to buy some. A limit 5 games per wallet. There's 4 different types of games: a race card game, a desert game, space game, aquatic game. Pretty cool. We'll see where that goes. All right, now if you want more information on toads and you're loving what I'm going here, go to toadstool.com. It has got the list of all the things that are forming. There's been stuff that's popped up overnight, you guys. I went to sleep. I didn't know about 69 toads, cholo toads. We all know about zombie toads. I talked about it last week. Zombie toads, you know, there's got 5,600 of these toads. They're all zombified. You can stake them and earn brains tokens. It's a huge active DAO. Jump in there if you love DAOs, because it's forming right now. A lot of people are jumping in. It's a lot of fun. Have fun with the old DAOs. Stack toads. I didn't get into it, but my man Tigbo got into it. That's another one that's popped up right away. 69 toads. Didn't know about it, but this is the thing that's happening with toads. You can make any kind of derivative from this. Now, the thing is, where's the utility? What's the purpose of this? I know what you're thinking. These are all copies, so why don't I want just the OG? Well, some of these are pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know about this until the start of the show. So 69 toads, good on you. Let's see how you go. And then we got cholo toads. Okay, now it's getting a little crazy, but we're also moving forward here. 0.3 floor. Don't know what you got here. What's the story? Like some of the artwork. But again, where's the utility? What's going to keep this thing moving? And now we've got chodes. My God, we're talking about toads. Now we're talking about chodes. It's getting crazier and crazier as I move forward here. I'm going to be claiming I've got 10 toads, and I'm going to get 10 chodes. Hopefully you're taking notes at home. There won't be a test, but there should be. These are what they look like. They are a voxelized toads. I'm loving them. I can't wait to get my 10. They are the variation of your toad that you have. And this leads me to crypto dick butts. I know what you're thinking. I went from chodes to dick butts.
I'm leaving.
What is happening? See you all later. 0 viewers. This is a solo stream, Buffalo. Take it from here. Well, crypto dick butts came out in August. Everybody laughed about it, and now it's starting to rise. Well, why is it starting to rise, you all ask? Well, there was rumors flying around that Super Gremplin, the creator of Cryptoadz, was inspired by crypto dick butts. Is this real life? Is this NFT? What am I talking about right now, you guys? This is madness. Well, Gremplin said that he was inspired off the very first minted toad in crypto dick butts, and then he actually created a cryptoad to honor crypto dick butts, which is a rare one as well. This right now we're on 69 ETH or some craziness, and everybody got crazy on it. So, you know, Buffalo, I gotta buy a couple crypto dick butts last night. You can't judge me, you guys. This shit's crazy. I love it. So in honor of Cryptoadz and the inspiration from it, I decided to buy a couple dick butts. And this is my one with the sombrero. Funny story, I was trying to buy another one with the sombrero, and I got sniped by Q. Q, you sniped my sombrero crypto dick butt. How dare you, sir? I forgive you. I forgive you. Moving on, this is the last thing I'll talk about here. Well, the dick to butt model, if you can see right here, the worst case scenario for 2021 is moon, and that is a butt pun indeed. Good luck for all you guys here with the derivatives and the project that inspired Cryptoadz. But it's crazy out there, man, and I'm just gonna leave it right here. This is what I love about Cryptoadz. Look what's happening with them, man. They're already cruising around, and there you guys go. That's my breakdown for Cryptoadz. It's moving fast. There's so many derivative projects. There is a reason why the OG ones are going up in value, is because so many other projects, you guys, are taking off because of it. Cryptoadz.
Cryptoadz.
Buffalo, what the fuck did you just do, dude?
I don't know. I blacked out. What happened?
Did you get a cut of whatever they paid him for that? Because that was amazing.
Crap.
Jeez,
there you go.
I need to pay you to talk about the GSA.
Dude.
So I
Dude.
guess we've got some other news to talk about as well.
Well, we do. We have a hard stop here at 4 o'clock, guys. So we have a lot to get to, which we need to honestly give them all the respect and like that they deserve. We have a ton of stories, but damn, there's so much to break down there. Like that was a fire hose of Cryptoadz information, and I don't even know where to start. We do have to get on to the rest of the episode, but holy crap, you see how fast this space moves. I mean, there's not much. Buffalo was one of the first to talk about this. You know, he had the music video playing 2 weeks ago or something like that. Like, wow, it's too much to talk about in today's episode. Maybe we hit it on next week's episode, but man, this is moving crazy fast, and it is what it is. It's a wazi, it's a woozy at this point. I don't even know, man. It's crazy, crazy space. Do you have anything for what Buff just laid down?
No, I don't know what he just laid down. I don't know what's happening with toads. I don't know why people are spending money on dick butts, and I don't know what wazi woozy is. So, can we talk about something I'm familiar with, like NFTs?
Sir, those are all NFTs, except for Woozy Wazzy. Those are coming out soon.
Yeah, it's a Wazzy, it's a Woozy. You guys haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street. It's just, it is what it is. Some of these things happen, and you just don't know why cryptos are at 13 ETH. It is what it is.
Doesn't make sense. I can tell you what is going to be at 13 ETH probably pretty quickly.
Yes. Ronan wants to move this episode along, and I do agree with him. And it will be MekaVerse. So there isn't, again, we've been talking about MekaVerse for the better part of a month, and we keep saying that we have updates, but the team isn't giving us any updates. But the project is so hyped up that we have to talk about it at every chance we get. October 6th, tomorrow at 11 p.m. Central, or I believe that's European time, Central European time.
5 p.m. Eastern.
5 p.m. Eastern. This is going to be a drop, and there's going to be a raffle. We have no information as to what this raffle is going to be, like details at all, but everyone wants to ape into this. We'll see what that raffle is when it comes to, hopefully over the next 12 hours, we get some information. The one thing I will say is you can join a faction within the Discord. I don't know if there's going to be any pre-required actions for taking part in this raffle, but you can join a faction in this Discord right now. If you don't know what we're talking about at all, you need to be ready to join this raffle. If you can sell your raffle spot to somebody, like you have to get into this. Like this thing is going to 10 ETH, like Ronan just said, and then it's going to come crashing back down, I'm sure. But it's just going to be an absolutely nuts drop. We're still waiting on the raffle drop details, and we'll get you guys that in our Discord when we get it.
Don't be the one holding the bag. That's all I got to say. Because when MekaVerse pumps that hard, like it is going to come crashing down. So MekaVerse, dude, I think it's really cool, man. The teaser art is just so dope, man. Like, and what I really liked is I actually started pulling up some of these a little bit earlier, and I was pulling up like just the different images and stuff that they have. The quality is just so like there. You know what I mean? Like I had it in like a full screen, and I'm looking at the image, and I'm looking at like the different pieces, and they almost look like they have texture and they have feel, right? Like they high quality, man. It's high quality work. I'm looking forward to the project. MekaVerse tomorrow. Some of us hopefully get in on the raffle and make that happen.
This is the type of drop that you need to do like an office lottery for. Like you need to like split it with like 4 different people and say, listen, if one of us gets it, we'll split it 4 ways. Like that might be the play actually. But yeah,
depending on how many they let you mint, right? Like it would be the play. That would definitely be the play. So
yeah. So yeah, stay tuned to NFT chat in our Discord. We'll be on top of it, figure out something as we get details for that. But we want to get on to the next story here. Ronan's got a big, network and a big blockchain that's going to be a front run for the foreseeable future, man. I mean, Dapper Labs, absolutely killing it.
Dapper Labs has been killing it. There's been some really big news. The first one that was released actually last week, and this is a little backwards from what I got at Q, so just so you know, it is actually that Dapper Labs has announced that they are partnering with the NFL. They're going to be bringing a very NBA Top Shot-like experience. It's going to be NFL moments, those moments, assumed to be kind of shared in the same way in the same type of ecosystem. I do think this is massive news. The NFL is a huge global brand that is building on the network. And look, at the end of the day, when you talk about these big brands and you talk about like where they're going to like build their long-term NFT projects, it's a really hard sell to get them to move towards something like Ethereum. When you look at Flow, the onboarding is extremely easy when you compare it to something like Ethereum. You can literally be signed up for a Flow wallet in a couple of minutes, and then you have the ability, on Dapper and through their websites to be able to also use credit card, depending on kind of like what they're built on. So huge news there, and that was followed up by the fact that they yesterday purchased, I think it's Brud. Brud is a Sequoia-backed firm that are the creators of Lil Miquela. And if anyone, is kind of older like me, you probably were like, Lil Miquela, who's that? At least the first time I heard about her, like 8 months ago. Essentially, that's a virtual influencer. And this company has done tremendous things in this space, basically creating a virtual persona that has its own Instagram page, presents itself as a real person, and actually, basically works out partnerships. She's got like some insane amount of followers. The point here being, though, is that and I think is the most interesting point, is that this purchase coincides with the announcement that they are going to be heavily focused on bringing DAOs to the Flow ecosystem. So, the CEO, I think, and CTO or CEO of Brud both are heavily involved in the DAO ecosystem. They both have passion in that space. So how they bring their current portfolio of work into the Flow universe and how Dapper utilizes this new property that they now own is going to be really interesting, and shows the power of Web3 and where we're going, right? This is just another developer who's developing NFTs. Granted, they're working with some of the bigs, but they just went and purchased this company, and now who knows what comes next for this space and for the technology that I think we all agree is kind of the foundation of Web3. So shout out to Dapper, shout out to what they're doing for the space and mass onboarding. Look, it's going to be needed. It's the easy way into getting people to understand and interact with the blockchain. And kudos to them for doing it and doing it big. They've raised over $500 million in VC funds to get this ship going. And they are leading the way for the other publishers out there and developers to kind of get their share and to do some creative, amazing things. So, if you haven't yet, make sure you're checking out the Dapper NFL Discord. Make sure you're following the Dapper Twitter. Q, how do you feel about that, man? Flow is huge, right? Flow is just getting bigger and bigger, and they're bringing bigger and bigger names. At some point, you have to wonder, how's the blockchain, suffice when you're talking about that many people interacting? NBA is a good,
the good thing is that they built it from the ground up, right? They built that with the ground up thinking, hey, we're going to have millions of users interacting with this. And they built that blockchain with that in mind. So it's not like, hey, we're building something and, oh shit, now we have a ton of users and now gas is at, 1,000 Gwei and all these different things. It has nothing to do with that. It's all based on that proof. I believe delegated proof of stake, I believe, is what they have it on. But anyways, super excited for Flow. They're going to be, killing it. The team knows how to do business development. They know how to get these things in, but it's going to be what you just talked about. It's going to be making it as simple as possible for the onboarding and then having that retention. It's it. If they can solve those two things, they're golden. Big believer in Flow going forward, and we'll continue to back them and support Roham and the team. A little bit that you did touch on there, the DAO portion of this, the two or three members that were involved in this business that got bought up by Dapper is actually related to FWB. So you can see here, Trevor's work more generally in the decentralized ecosystem, including co-founding FWB. So definitely a big shout out to FWB. They're another cross-project social token community, much like LADZ is. So yeah, big shout out to them. Okay, we do have some updates from Star Atlas that I want to get to. If you don't know what Star Atlas is, I have no time to explain it to you. And going to be one of the biggest MMO games and NFT games that launches here in 2022. They have some things coming this week: player faction portal opening, new game trailer, and new ships coming our way, and that's all happening, I believe, this week. So beautiful little piece of artwork there as well. From Star Atlas. And then we do have YGG. So Yield Guild Games is basically a company and a DAO that purchases yield-bearing NFT assets, and then the members of the community actually have ownership fractionalized within that community. If that blew your mind, definitely look into YGG a little bit more. They're doing some cool things. But this group has, it looks like, announced earlier today that they will be purchasing $1 million worth of Star Atlas NFT gaming assets. That's going to be directly some jets that are coming out relatively soon, and then also the jets that they've already purchased, it looks like. So YGG basically getting more involved in the Star Atlas ecosystem, which is definitely a good play on their part. So some information about land sales actually got dropped in Twitter, so you can go and check that out, Star Atlas on Twitter, and go check it out, man, because we definitely do not have enough time to cover everything in that ecosystem. But yeah, big shout out to Mike Wagner and the team.
Dude, that is a that project. Every time like we get news on it, I'm just thinking like, dude, this is like the future, and I'm so glad to be like sitting here at the foundation of it because this is really freaking cool. It's Star Citizen, but it makes sense to spend the money. So next up, next up in the news, we are talking personal corner. Big shout out to Dez and his team. They have now announced the official information on their public drop, which is taking place on Thursday night. It's dropping at midnight, and they're going to be broken down in 3 different tiers. Those tiers are Hall of Fame, veteran, and rookie. And if you guys can check that out there, you can see it's 0.88 ETH. 0.66 and 0.33 respectively. And yeah, definitely go check out the website, check out the Twitter, make sure you're following. It's a really cool project. Obviously, this is kind of being built like in the same way as VFriends, in that like a lot of this, is a play on access, right? Like it's the fact that you get specific access to Dez, to, the Dallas Cowboys, being able to check out some games depending on what tier you're in. So it's definitely something you're going to want to check out. It's definitely another one where I think it's kind of groundbreaking in that this is an athlete who's using his personal brand to build this NFT project, and then hopefully, show the way to other athletes and how they can take their personal brand, right, their name, and actually monetize built on that. Because at the end of the day, these athletes have kind of been cut out from making money on themselves, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So shout out to Dez, shout out to Personal Corner. Definitely going to be checking that one out. And we'll probably be talking to those guys here soon. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I love what Dez is doing, man. Shout out to Personal Corner there. Money Mac as well. Looking forward to the Juggernauts drop. I want to get involved in Dez's ecosystem, man. And I want to get involved in what he's doing. So definitely going to pick up a Juggernaut for sure. Did you see Dez get called out? Like the last week, where he was like on his podcast and he was talking about like athletes and something, and I think Jameel Hill called him out. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I saw something about that. That was like interesting. Yeah. I was like, okay, but like I'm starting to learn like, press is press. Like when people are talking about you, regardless of it's good or bad, it's like for you personally, it's probably a good thing.
That's true. And they'll take a tidbit out of an entire conversation and say like that was what your whole argument was about, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, Dez, we got your back over here at NFT Live, man. I want to talk about 3 degen plays. This is not financial advice. Anything you hear on this channel is not going to be investment advice or anything like that. Do your own research. We have 3 projects launching on Solana. I personally have not bought a single NFT on Solana. It's the onboarding thing, man. Like we're not afraid by any means, but it's just like a hassle to set up the onboarding. But really what I want to get you guys today is your first NFTs on Solana. Again, I'm not telling you to buy an NFT, but you can set up your wallet on Solana using Phantom. Definitely get that set up. I'll have the link in the description afterwards. You can look up this after the episode as well. But we have SolCities, we have Dazee, and we have NeoPets, Ronan, launching on Solana here shortly. So the first 2 are going to be more pressing because they are going to have a launch here very shortly. So I'm going to bring up SolCities here on my screen. You can see welcome Soul Citizens. Again, this launch is going to be, I believe, in the next 3 hours. That's going to be days actually, but SolCities is going to launch tomorrow. So you're going to have these generative 3D levitating unique Soul Cities with different atmospheres, air, land, and underground. And then you're going to be able to actually stake for rewards. There's going to be a token involved. Buff, settle down over there. Upgrade your city. You're going to be able to join the SolCities DAO. There's going to be a play to earn mechanic, complete quests and city missions. There's going to be tower defense where you're defending your city from other people attacking it. This is a project that I'm super interested about. I will be minting my first Solana NFT today, because I got days, but I will be doing this one tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Public sale is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. So really cool stuff. They have a cool roadmap as well that we're not going to get into on today's episode, but definitely look this up, man. They're doing some cool things. Maybe we can show one thing. Dude, let's see.
I'm digging this. Yeah, like I'm digging this. I think that this is probably the first project that I've seen where it actually makes me want to jump in and check it out. So I'll be hitting you up later to figure that one out. This looks awesome. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm interested to know like if anybody else in chat is, Dex says SolCities is tonight. It does say the 6th on there versus the 5th.
Did they move it
Warrior
up?
Bulldog says red pandas on Sol going nuts. I don't know. Maybe we need to check out the Twitter to double check that. But in the meantime, there were some others. You said that, and then what was? NeoPets. Do you want to touch on this real quick? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to touch on this. So here's the roadmap. You can see they have the public sale going. They have upgrade passes where you can actually upgrade your city. You have a staking mechanism that's going to allow you that yield. You're going to have a DAO claim period where you'll be able to claim your DAO tokens. So there might be a dual token system here. And then you have a PvP and like a PvE game. So there's going to be mini games like the tower defense I talked about. So that's it for SolCities, man. We'll definitely be talking about this in our Discord as well in NFT chat because apparently the sale is tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to check that one out. I will just touch on the other aspect of that announcement, which is the fact that you said NeoPets is doing a drop. Which, if anybody was touching the internet in the early 2000s, NeoPets, they were huge. This is like an old brand being revived through new technology. And this isn't the first time it happened this week. Habbo Hotel actually launched a drop, which I'm surprised it didn't make our news. I kind of forgot. Yeah, if anybody remembers Habbo Hotel, they did a drop. It was yesterday, I believe, or the day before. Super kind of like stealth in my opinion, but it did sell out. And the story there is that they're going to actually be implementing NFTs into Habbo Hotel officially. So these first run NFTs are going to have special like effects and things like that in the game, but eventually they'll plug into the game. They're predicting by the end of the year. And then the rest of the game will also look to start implementing NFTs into the ecosystem. So I could imagine NeoPets doing something similar and things like that, being extremely popular as we move forward. So
yeah, definitely drop that link into the chat if you can, if you're on the LADZ City. Otherwise, just drop it into the Discord as well, and we can take a look at that. Yeah, this was a quick update from Play to Earn. Not much information is provided on this besides the fact that it's going to be on Solana. It's going to be via Radium, so there looks like there's going to be a Radium launchpad aspect here, and it's going to be in around mid to late October. So Jumpstart Games and Radium haven't shared an official launch date. However, according to the press release, they will aim for a launch somewhere in mid-October. So get your NeoPet friends together and go and get ready to mint that stuff. Last piece here. This one is very pressing. It's in 2 hours. This is going to be my first ever Solana NFT. It's going to be a project called Daze. Discover, believe, get, mesmerize, Daze. Basically what you have here are animated backgrounds for your Solana NFTs. And I'll show you an example here. Aurora is a huge project on Solana. So, big shout outs to Solana for getting all this NFT ecosystem stuff done. But you can see here, the Daze portion of this piece is the background. So there's going to be 2,000 of these that launch, and you're going to be able to put them behind your Solana NFTs. So as you can see, there'll be different rarities. Daze is an astonishing art collection of 2,000 NFTs uniquely generated on the Solana blockchain. All artworks are immersive and unique. They offer moments of joy and basically, again, backgrounds for your NFTs. So hopefully, with 2,000, hopefully I get in, but maybe I'll be on the secondary market picking some up. So
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to check out SolCities tomorrow. I'm going to have to talk to you about that because I dig that aesthetic very much. So my last story of the day is one that I think is super important to the ecosystem, probably a bigger story than a lot of people are giving it credit to, which is essentially that Twitter, we talked about this a little bit. Twitter is implementing the PFPs verification. Here it was tweeted out yesterday that it looks like they are now testing that feature by being able to, they minted a couple of new like NFTs. So it seems like they're connecting their own wallet to try to test it. But outside of that, there's actually a video queue on the dashboard. I'd love it if you pull that up. You can actually see what the implementation of the verification would look like. And this is something that if you understand what the purpose of verification means for us in the first place, then you're going to understand the power of being able to do what is done in this video, which is essentially attaching your MetaMask wallet confirming that you own an NFT, and then Twitter showing that verification by a special check mark. And not only that, but at the very tail end of this video, you guys will see that it will also show you your NFT collection, which is kind of cool. So you kind of get this really basic vibe. But there you can see you've got the Ethereum verification mark there, shows that it has been confirmed on the Ethereum network. Dude, this is a game changer, and this is exactly why NFTs like Punks and like Bored Ape Yacht Club will continue to hold value, right? Because now they've gotten to this point where they are like the Rolex of NFTs. Just showing that you own one, verifying it, showing it on your Twitter profile is going to be the flex of social media in the next 6 months. So huge news. I think it's getting closer and closer. I think we see this roll out pretty soon, and I'm sure it'll go out to like a specific handful of people first, and then we'll see it like in wider use, as they work out the kinks. But with this specifically, man, huge news. I'm really looking forward to it. This is what we're talking about when we talk about like verification means something when it comes to your digital assets.
Yeah, I love this, man. And this is the highlight of what you see in today's kind of NFT live episodes, where a year ago this would have been front page. We would have had it on the thumbnail. We would have had it on the title, all this stuff. Now it's just another story, man. But it's so cool. It's such an awesome tool. Right click, save as is always kind of a meme. And this prevents that in a way, right? You can verify that you have the NFT, that you are the owner. So interesting stuff. Marty McFly saying Punkscapes are dope for Twitter banners. Check them if you haven't. I think Twitter banners are definitely underutilized as like a place to show off your NFTs as well. Definitely not as public. Yeah, for sure. So Ronan does have to roll here soon. I don't know if you have to make a cool little face, but I'm definitely touching on these last couple stories here.
I gotta make I gotta jump.
Yeah, I'll fill in for you, Ronan. You can peace out.
All right, guys. I appreciate it so much. It's been a great episode. Kill it.
Our vibe, our tribe.
Our vibe, our tribe, brother.
Boom. Oh man, showbiz,
Buffalo. Man. So many places to go, people to see, NFTs to buy and talk about and chill. It's crazy. It's good times.
Ronan said CryptoPunks and Bored Ape there, but he didn't say Cryptoadz. So I don't know.
He will.
Watch out.
Eventually, he will. They all will.
All right, I have the last bit of stories here, guys. There's going to be two tools that I want you guys to check out that I want to bring to your attention that you should be using up to this point. One of them is going to be Nansen. So Nansen is basically an analytics tool that allows you to track in a really cool environment analytics related to NFTs. So initially, I believe this started as just a fungible token analytics tool. It has since added a lot of NFT functionality. You can see a hot NFT portion here where you have axes, Cryptoadz. You can see the volume in ETH that's spent. I can go to NFT Paradise and see a little bit more. So you can see top 5 collections, profit leaderboard. So you actually get to see people's addresses here. I can click in and see different information. So for example, we can go to Cryptoadz. I'm just giving them a bunch of love.
My man.
And you can see all of the information as it's related to data relating to Cryptoadz. I mean, you have NFTs in circulation, you've got the OpenSea and Etherscan links, when it was deployed, average price and volume. I mean, you can use this for a lot of different resources. And primarily, I think what people are using Nansen for is to track different wallets, right? Yep. So you can actually track wallets and be able to see what the big boys are buying so you can get in with them.
Yeah, those gold ones right there in the individual transactions are wallets that are known as big buyers. So you can kind of see when the trends are starting to hit a certain level, which is very interesting. I've been seeing Nansen screen shots from people in different Telegram groups as projects are blowing up. They're posting what they're seeing. So yeah, Nansen's definitely trending upwards right now.
100%. And I believe it's like $9 a month. It might be a little bit less, but well worth it to get the breakdown of all of these different analytics tools that they bring. You can see just a ton of data there. So shout out to Nansen. The other one that I want to bring up really quick is one that's not out yet, but it seems like a really cool app here where we have Kountdown. It looks like it might be live on Google Play, but for the App Store, I checked, it's not there. But basically you have via Maddie's. Again, Maddie's is, I believe, a pretty cool studio that's building different NFT projects and platforms. You have an NFT floor alert buff. So you can see when your Cryptoadz maybe go down to like 13 ETH. I know that rips your heart out, but you can see when it goes down, you can see when it goes up, and you really have a portfolio tracker here via Kountdown.
I feel like somebody was using that yesterday when I was trying to buy some crypto dick butts. Just let that sit in your brain. And somebody, I literally was about to hit buy, and it wasn't you actually, unless you were using it. I know you ended up scooping one right as I hit buy, but somebody else did the same thing because it was getting too close to the floor. And I was sitting there going, okay, they've had that listed for 2 months. How did they know? Well, they're using secondary apps now, man. So these third-party apps are making changes for people that are trying to flip and trade. So it's only going to get crazier, man.
So I've got people in chat saying it's $150 a month. I need to go back and check this price action that I'm apparently not involved in here with the actual price of Nansen. So I'll go back and look.
Trial you were looking at, like 7 day trial.
maybe I got the trial for a little bit less, but I'll go back and make sure to update that here for you guys. I'm not going to do that on stream, but definitely, I think it's still worth it at $150. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're using it correctly, you can definitely get your value out of it for sure.
Yeah, I would love to have that team on in one of our shows, whether it's NFT Live or bring them on LADZ City Radio. I would love to chat with them. I've been watching a lot of their YouTube stuff. I think it's a perfect application for the space right now.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, last story I had. This is another kind of alpha drop here. Right away, I want to talk about this. Somebody, I think Ronan brought this up on Twitter off one of my tweets, which was basically giving you props for talking about Cryptoadz first. The first time you brought up Cryptoadz, one, I was like, what is going on here? Which I'm still saying that. But the second thing that was happening was like I think there were a couple people in chat that were like, stop shilling your bags. Mm-hmm. And it's important to kind of talk about this. I think on stream right now, we talk about projects that we think are going to, do well or that we like. Again, not investment advice at all. But that was what you were doing. You weren't like saying, oh, I'm just going to buy Cryptoadz and then shill the bags and then dump on people. You actually believed in Cryptoadz in somewhat form or fashion that they were going to do well. Am I?
You're 100% correct, sir. Yeah, and it does happen, and we want to we're very transparent here in LADZ City, and if we own something, we want to let you know that ahead of time, just so that you know that. And for us in this position too, as influencers of the news and the alpha, yeah, it's definitely something that for us, we just be honest about it. But yeah, we're not trying to flip. I can't trade, man. I'm not a trader. I'm a value investor. I'm an old timer. I like to get in early and set it and forget it. So, but yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I really wanted to bring that up because the project that I'm about to touch on is called Northern Guilds, which the team reached out to us, and sometimes we just get overflooded with messages, right? So they wanted to come on NFT Live. We probably should have had them on. But basically, they're building an NFT game, like a Viking MMO. I would say the closest thing that would be easily explainable would be like Valheim Buffalo, where you have an MMO, but in like this Viking type quest mode. So you have a team that's built out a white paper. You have a team that's built out a light paper. There's going to be tokens involved, although I don't believe they're going to be used outside the game. There's going to be a lot of breakdowns, as you can see the NFT assets here, and all the work to get it on OpenSea as well to show you guys. But Northern Guilds is one that's around mint price. It's like 0.99 the last time I checked. I bought some right before we went live because I just heard about it. There's going to be guilds. There's going to be different gameplay modes where you can PvP and PvE. There's going to be different things involved with the game. I think I can break this down. Let's see. Okay, so the feature aspect here was what I was looking for. So you have interactive combat. You have online multiplayer, party systems where you can team up with your friends in an MMO style, player-to-player marketplaces for the in-game trading with the NFTs, and then you have those Viking NFTs, which are on sale on OpenSea right now. Let me see if I can bring that up. But Buff, did you have anything while I bring these Northern Guilds up?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Vikings. I'm part Viking in some way, shape, or form. Maybe spirit animal. I don't know. But I do love the show Vikings, and also love the game Valheim, which I've put many of hundreds of hours playing it until it gives me vertigo, and then I have to step away for a little bit. But when you showed me this, man, yeah, I mean, I'm all about these kind of games that there's a journey that's going to start from getting that NFT, and you're going to be using that. So when you showed me this, I was all about it and scooped up a a redheaded warrior, man, who's just ready to just go at it. So I'm down. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, and it looks like you're up, Buff, because we bought around 0.9 here, and we have a situation where the floor price is now 0.125, I'm sorry. So, yeah, it looks like the floor price is rising a little bit. Again, I'm showing you the kind of OpenSea action. I might be able to pull it up on Nansen here and give you guys a look at how this looks. So we have Northern Guilds. I believe you can just type it in. Okay, that didn't work. Don't do this to me live on air. There it is. Boom.
Oh, nice. Well, good for them to be able to have that. I mean, just launched yesterday?
So Nansen, I don't know when it picks it up, but it was this was actually launched, it looks like, on September 27th. So we have a little bit of volume increase here, 1,000 ETH volume yesterday or the day before. And then you can see kind of the increase in price here. You can see notable buyers and stuff like that. I like that you pointed that out, by the way. That was cool. So, all right. Well, I've got the Northern Guilds aspect here. I'm going to be looking more and more into this project here. Again, they're trying to build a game here. They seem, in their Discord, they seem to have laid out a really good plan and a really good roadmap going forward. I might be able to pull that up for you guys, but just it might be just good enough to check out on your own. But they have apparently a good team. They have, raised some money, I believe, via some seed investors. And it's just, it's looking like a good project. So I'm kind of staking my foot in the ground, putting a flag in the ground here and saying I'm going to be buying probably more Northern Guilds, but I have about 5 or 6 at current rate. So
wow. I like it, man. And if you guys want some more information on NFT gaming, all you got to do is just hang out in LADZ City until Thursday when I direct the show NFT Arcade with none other than Kaggion Rage Cage. He comes on in here, man, and he definitely covers as much alpha as he can potentially spit out in an hour. He puts it all out there, man. The last couple episodes, there's been so much alpha in the NFT gaming space is moving really fast as well, and I'm loving seeing these projects coming around that have gaming involved in their utility. This is awesome, man.
Well, I mean, it's really the future. You're going to see collectibles, obviously, just pure straight up collectibles have a space in this industry, but you're going to see gaming absolutely take off. Again, 2022 definitely a year where you'll see NFTs be more interactive. This is an announcement from Tom. It looks like Pixie CEO. So sorry, Tom, for not reaching back out to you guys. But Pixie Interactive is actually the studio behind the game. And you can see, look at their entire team here. This is my big thing. I was talking about it with Ben Morrow and trying to get you guys to understand his experience is one of the reasons why you want to be involved in that project. It's all about the team, man. And it looks like they have a good structure and infrastructure here for development of this game, and that's one of the main reasons I got in. So yeah, I mean, still kind of like flirting with mint price, man. I really think we got a good one here, Buff.
I like that. How many announcements? Every time I jump into a project, the first things I do, I jump in their Discord, I scroll through their announcements, see how much time has been between them, how relevant those announcements are too with the amount of alpha in it, and also like if they're giving any kind of tips on, preparing, like how many do you need to play this game? Is there a certain magic number? Like all that inside stuff of like your game theory for the game itself. And I know Kaggion, who just jumped on right now, he's definitely going to want to check this game out because it's an NFT game and that's what he covers. What's up, Rage Cage?
Rage Cage in the house. Man, do we have some updates for NFT Arcade? I am drooling at what we just got for NFT Arcade on Thursday. Woo!
Yep. LADZ City is being built. Behind the scenes, we'll be sharing, starting Thursday, the visual lore of LADZ City and what is going on before we start building in the metaverse. You're going to get to see it in our videos, the before intro videos to NFT Arcade, along with NFT Live coming up. And even LADZ City Radio is going to have visual representation soon, man. It's all coming together.
Yeah, speaking of LADZ City Radio, we do have to end the episode here and get to LADZ City Radio later in the afternoon. You want to drop some information as it relates to...
Yeah, LADZ City Radio will be on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll go at 4 p.m. West Coast time until 6. So it's a 2-hour broadcast set. Well, I'll be playing music and doing interviews with people in the space. And this week, I'm going to be interviewing somebody who is brand new to the space, but has been hosting an online radio station now. And I'm going to be picking his brain on, is this the right move for LADZ City Radio? Would you guys love to have LADZ City Radio on 24 hours a day, where you literally could tune into it anywhere using an app on your phone or going to the website or come across it on any social media? We'll talk about all that. We'll see if it makes sense, and we'll also see what his thoughts are with music online and the whole NFT space that he's diving headfirst into right now. I love talking to people when they're brand new to this space, because they always ask questions that everyone else here isn't thinking like that anymore, or hasn't even thought of it like that, right? So it's always going to be fun to see what he thinks of how crazy NFTs are. And of course, I will bring up crypto dick butts and chodes and Cryptoadz and all the things I talked about today, because that's how I like to do it. I like to freak people out, man. No, I'll probably not talk about any of that, but he's probably watching anyways.
This is the world we live in, man. I
is the world,
swiped
man.
a crypto dick butt from Buffalo, and that's what we're
Hell of
doing
a sentence right
with
there,
our
Q.
lives. So Kaggy's in chat saying, how much millions are they paying? Hey, easy there. Settle down in chat. We do have to end this episode. Another great one of NFT Live. If I have to take anything from this episode, it's if any of my close colleagues tell me to buy, I mean, not investment advice, this is behind closed doors, tell me to buy anything ever again, I am never not buying it. So Buff, Lander, Tigbo, any of you guys behind the scenes, Llama, Hash, if you guys tell me to buy something, because Lander was talking about cyber kongs.
That's right.
Genesis kongs.
Genesis
I know.
kongs. Many times to us, not just once, not just twice, not just thrice, many, many, many times in a lot of our meetings where we're like, all right, Lander, let's talk business. And he's like, no, you guys don't understand what's going on with Kong.
Yep.
But hey, to Lander, we're even now, Lander, because I went off on Toads to you and you laughed at me and you said, oh, you and Kaggy, man, you guys are just so crazy. I love you, but you guys are
Kaggy
crazy.
got a toad?
No, Kaggy is just, the hype Kaggy brings in what he loves. He says I was bringing the same vibes. And I was like, well, of course, because it's a winner Toad's dinner, baby. And he didn't buy. But hey, it's all good, man. We're even now. I'll listen to you next time, Lander, if you listen to me.
Absolutely, man. And really that highlights the benefit of LADZ City. Like the LADZ City network, we have all of these different shows, and it's really the backbone of the network. But the real nice like Easter eggs are found in NFT chat. Like they really are. And, Buffalo, I guarantee, dropped Cryptoadz.
Yep.
Lander was definitely dropping Genesis Kong's alpha there. So anybody that comes in, if you're new, I know we have a lot of, experienced NFT people that are watching NFT Live and on LADZ City and in LADZ City. But if you're new, the best thing you can do is just jump in the Discord, literally hop in NFT chat and just read. And even if you don't understand something, drop it in the chat. They'll help you. Like, this is like learning a new language, and all of the Easter eggs are found there in the LADZ City Discord. You need to be in there. Introduce yourself, man. We got an awesome community. So that's really where it is, man. You told me about Cryptoadz. Lander told me about CyberKongs. Like, that's, and I'm shilling you guys some alpha, hopefully, here or there. But yeah, man. Definitely, man.
And for anyone brand new and you're wondering, how do I get to this special LADZ City? Well, go to your browser right now. Type in LADZ.city. You'll hit the LADZ City terminal. Now, this is under construction, all right? There's a lot of construction workers, pardon the dust and all the crazy tape everywhere, but this is the best way to go. All you got to do is click enter LADZ City. Boom, you're in there. You've got our YouTube, our Twitter, our show calendar, all the different shows that we have on our network Monday through Sunday. This is the best NFT city you, your mother, and your neighbor's dog. Bring them on in. Teach them NFTs. All need to know about, man.
You know what we got to do is scroll up there real quick.
Yep.
You know what we have to do? That picture is like almost rare. Look at that. That's an NFT Live original logo.
Vintage.
That was the first vintage logo. We got to mint that or something. Someone needs to purchase that.
I like this. This is nice. Yeah. Let's have a talk after the show.
Awesome, guys. Hey, thank you for staying along with us for the entire episode. This was another jam-packed episode, as Easy's saying. Shout out to Choina, who's saying go get a gachi. So wink, wink. Again, not investment advice. But another amazing episode of NFT Live. We had Ben Morrow on earlier talking about Huxley. Buffalo gave you the biggest rundown of Cryptoadz that you'll ever need. We were hitting on MekaVerse, which we're excited about. I've got some Solana NFTs to mint now, though, Buff.
All right, man. I'll let you get to it. Great show, brother. I'll let you finish this off here with a little bit of what's our catchphrase?
Our vibe, our tribe, crypto dick butts? No. Shout out, everybody. Vibe. Okay, guys. Ooh, anything. All right, later.
You did them all. I like it. All right, later, guys.
Peace, guys.
Cryptoadz.